2. People. Joel Benjamin 528 aka MC Spookism. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all know how I do this. Thank y'all for tuning in. I see some people already spoke in the chat. Life lessons, salute to you. Derek Martin, salute to you. Tara, salute to you. Shantea, Tara, salute to you. Let me read this real quick. Been waiting all week. Can't wait. Walking, talking, living legend in the building. Dr. Phil Valentine. Facts. Dr. Phil Valentine will be available. Believe me, right here in Brooklyn. Okay. Let me give you the address before I get into anything else. Dr. Phil Valentine will be at St. Francis College. Okay, St. Francis College, where he was the last time at the last event when he was here in Brooklyn. It will be located at 182 Remsen, Remsen Street. Doors open at 1 p.m. $35 for the tickets in advance, $45 at the door. Limited VIP, $55 for tickets, and youth from anywhere from 1 to 16 years of age is free. If you want to get tickets or for vending, let's deal with the tickets first. If you want to deal with the tickets, get whatever tickets early. You make sure you go to 718. Call 718-858-4400. That's at the Nicholas Brooklyn shop. You could come get the tickets and call in and make sure we have some on deck because the tickets been going fast. You know, it's Dr. Phil Valentine. We ain't going to get into all that. You don't know. The next one you could contact is Nicholas Harlem. That's the one in Harlem on 125th and 5th. All right. That phone number is 212-289-3628. You could walk up in there on 125th and 5th in Harlem and go get your tickets. Or you could come to 1396 Fulton Street, Brooklyn, New York, get the tickets. Anybody want to deal with vending? 347-496-1022. That is the call in number for vending if you want to vend. All right. Food by Mojo Cafe. Monique and Joel. All right. So I gave you the address. I gave you all the information. I don't want to hear no excuses. That's Sunday, November 5th, 2017. Tomorrow. This is a King Simon's production. King Simon production. Make sure y'all get the tickets. Now, without any further ado, I want to bring on, yes, the man that they say is the living legend. All right. We all know his name. We know who he is. Quite frankly, he don't need no introduction. Let's bring up Phil Valentine. Clap your damn hands. I want to see them hands clapping out there in the chat room. Make sure y'all clap your hands. Make sure y'all share this video. Let people know it started. All right. Come on, Dr. Phil. You got it.
Well, with an introduction like that, do I have to say anything? Any else? Thanks. So thank you. Very nice of you and the family. Back in New York again, where it all started. And we have a very important lecture. We want to say right up front, those who are going to come, please be sure that you leave any young people, don't bring any young people with you. The reason being that this is going to be a very, very graphic presentation, not only verbally, but visually, pictographically as well. And the subject matter is for mature adults. And it's for mature adults to take in so that they can have a counter argument to all of the type of, I guess, perversities that we see. Everybody seems to want to be accommodating of behaviorisms that in the past, historically, with ancient civilizations, have been the trigger as well as the signal for the downfall of that civilization. Anytime a civilization loses its morality, its ethics, its sense of balance and nature, that's when you can actually start clocking its decline. And for anybody saying that we're opening up and becoming more liberal and accommodating and agrarian and all that nonsense, no, we're just losing our minds. And we're allowing the inmates to take over the asylum, so to speak. So what I am going to do is, it's got nothing to do with hate. I want people to understand that it has nothing to do with hate. It has to do with a counter argument to the arguments that are being spoken on today regarding gender, regarding man, regarding woman. These names are going to be obsolete soon. Male, female, man, woman, uncle, aunt. They are slowly but surely destroying the differences and the things that nature holds dear. So come prepared for some very graphic information as well as graphic pictures. We ask that people who are going to be bringing their children to be prepared for what is being spoken on. We do know that the children are being affected, and we will be speaking about the fact that the children are being affected by all that's happening today. So it's very difficult to not to speak on what it is I'll be speaking about without getting more deeply involved in the subject matter. But just know that this is going to be more tailored towards what is balanced in a human relationship. We're not talking about whether you love someone, because I could love my brother without having to be sexually attracted to him. I could love my sister the same way. And the thing is that there are certain things that you go beyond and you don't go beyond. You don't step over certain types of boundaries spiritually or metaphysically. But what happens is when you do that, you leave yourself open for certain consequences, and these consequences are going to be seen. People like myself, Bobby, and a lot of the brothers and sisters out there talking about this, we know that every cause, there's an effect. And this is right now we see the causes being placed. Some of the causes were seeded back in the 60s. Now in the 2000, after the millennium hit, we're beginning to see the effects. So you can go back into my older tapes. This is the second part of my first offering sometime in, I believe it was in the 1990s. I did something called Re-Engineering Gender as well as Gendercide. We were ahead of the curve trying to warn people about what it is they were doing through something called War Against Gender. And now we're here, we're seeing the end result of that. We're seeing the refugees from that war. We're actually seeing those who claim to be the victors of that war. But we're about to launch a countermeasure, which is education, knowledge, putting the right words into the hands of people so that they could speak on it without having any problems knowing what to say to people to address what they're saying to them. And that's the secret, to know how to launch a proper countermeasure, counter argument against all of the things that you see happening to us today, all of the different ways that they're coming at us and our children, particularly our children.
Now, this is one of the things, like you said, you've been spoke about stuff like this far off into the past, present. Now you're going to let them know what is to come in the future once again. It seems like, because I did a interview with Spaz Grisky, what day it was, for his new channel Aleem Real, and some of the stuff I was bringing out, and I even said, I heard an elder, and that elder, I was talking about you. I didn't want to put you out there like that, but I was like, yo, a lot of the stuff where the person, being that I speak with you personally, you understand what I'm saying? I was like, there's a lot of stuff with these gatekeepers, and it have gatekeepers in this community right now, and being that we know how they are and how they move, it's like they have a spell over the people though. And it ties into the whole transgender, everything is locked in, and it's like, why are they helping promote this or hiding what's going on?
Well, it's not that they're hiding, they're coming out. Actually, I have something where I spoke to one of my beloved sisters, Abundance Child, and I was telling the people that heterosexuals are now being forced into the closet. Heterosexuals can't speak about perversity. Heterosexuals cannot speak about being heterosexual anymore, or heterosexual teachers cannot teach children who are open slates to be and to know what heterosexuality is. That word, of course, is a coined phrase in itself. I more like to speak about the fact that we should be speaking about what is natural in nature, and to most, if not all, of the species on the planet essentially seek one another in the male and the female. There are a few oddities that are hermaphroditic, but even in that case, and I keep telling people, hermaphrodite or hermaphroditic, if for want of a better word, or from hermaphrodite species, they always, after the seventh generation, sometimes earlier, sometimes later, after the seventh generation, in order to strengthen the genetic line, that all-female hermaphroditic line actually creates a male. So after 7 generations of hermaphroditic, in other words, no male, only a female, the line becomes so weak that nature forces that hermaphroditic line to create a male in order to strengthen the line one again. So even the hermaphrodites know what it takes on the realm of the physical plane, what it takes. It takes two, the masculine and the feminine, for this to work. There are people who are agents, and some of the people are the useful idiots, they call them, who essentially take on, through whether emotion or some kind of connection that their families are involved in the same situation. There are people who the government and those who are playing or are using this as a tool, as a weapon, they're being managed, they're being told, they're being forced to play a role. And that is, if you're looking at this with a clear mind, you'll see that to promote it to this level, you need billions of dollars in advertising. In order to promote a lifestyle or a perversity into normality, you need tons of dollars, and you need the machinery to make sure that it sticks. So now you have people who are in the Board of Education, people who are particularly in what we call the entertainment or entertainment business. You have the military, you have the church, and you have what is one gigantic amorphous machine. You want to call it a matrix? You can. But you have a one gigantic amorphous mindset that takes all of its resources, all of its billions of dollars, all of its media connections, and they're going to stage different scenarios showing the normalcy of this perversity, so that your children of the next generation, who are not going to be taught what history is about. You never teach the children history if you want to change history. If you want to change history, you don't teach the children history. You teach them what you want them to do, and in ignorance, they will automatically, as clean slates, do that. So with the billions of dollars, you have the fashion industry run by gays who are going to be dressing men like gays. They're going to dress the men to look like women and the women to look like men. Not all the time, but when the young people are doing it, you have this amorphous, non-gender look that everybody could wear. And what you're doing is you're taking away something very precious from the human equation. And again, we're going to get into that when we do get to the lecture. But you have to remember, this is a multi-pronged attack. This has been going on for a while. This is something that is straight out of Sun Tzu's Art of War. The destruction of a civilization, if you can't attack them from the outside, You attack them from the inside. And
Facts.
what better way? What better way to do that than to attack the primary authority? And most women don't want to hear that today after they've been infected with feminism. But the primary authority on any civilization is the male, especially in human civilization. The primary authority, the one who establishes the civilization, the one who creates family, the one who puts down the roots for it so that a family can thrive, is the male. So even in that case, once you have destroyed the authority of the male, what a smart and involved and holistic male would tell you based on his own nature, what's necessary to lead, you destroy that image, you destroy that particular situation, and then it's very easy for you now to move in with anything to deal with the women and the children, because the women are essentially support mechanisms, and if you raise them into leadership roles, they're going to only be supporting the leadership that is given to them. And most people don't see that. They're too busy thinking that, well, I'm the leader. No, you're not the leader. You're the mindset. You're not the mindset. You are simply following the rules of the mindset. And so all of us now are falling under that. We are now set up so that the masculine does not or is not allowed to make family. Family is not allowed to make community, and community is not allowed to make nation. So once you do that, you can always come in with perversity and begin to destroy the children's minds, destroy the society from within by making sure that sex and the forwarding of the species is undermined.
Now, I know people have questions, so I don't know if I'm gonna get too far deep into anybody asking questions. I want to make sure I just put this out there again before I let you continue, Doc. Number one, y'all need to hit that damn like button. I know that much. Share the video link. Let people know. I gotta put this out there again. Dr. Phil Valentine will be at St. Francis College tomorrow. What you're getting is not even a tip of the iceberg. It's like a little snowflake falling off, because that's how much stuff this man is going to get into. The man is a Baba for a reason. Now, November 5th, Sunday, November 5th, 2017, that is tomorrow, all right? The hetero Holocaust, re-engineering gender 2.0, the refill with Dr. Phil Valentine. Yes, you hear that title? Now, St. Francis College, okay? 182 Remsen Street. Well, that's 182 Remsen Street. The doors open at 1 p.m. Get your tickets at Nicholas Brooklyn or Nicholas Harlem. If you get the tickets in advance, it's $35. If you get it at the door, when you go there, you got to pay $45. Limited VIP. This is VIP where you with the man, the living legend, the GOAT himself, greatest of all times. You're going to pay $55 for that. Youth are free. Anywhere from 0 to 16 is free. Okay? Nicholas Brooklyn, we're located at 1396 Fulton Street, Brooklyn, New York. All right? The phone number for us here is 718-858-4400, or you could get the tickets up there at Nicholas Harlem, which is on 125th and 5th, corner of 125th and 5th. The phone number for there is 212-289-3628. For vending, this is very important for the vendors. The number for the vendors is 347-496-1022. Remember, food by Mojo Cafe. Oh, and let me say this. The event will also be live streamed. It will be live streamed. When you call 347-496-1022, they will be able to give you more details on the live stream. Okay, so that's very, very important. Now, let me look here and see what's going on here real quick. Again, I ain't gonna keep saying it, y'all. Hit that damn like button. I ain't trying to hear it. Hit that like button, and don't be afraid to touch that super chat either. Don't be afraid to hit the super chat. Now, Doc, one of the questions I have for you going into this, being that, without me trying to put too much out there, being that you know what you know, who do what and what's going on, you haven't ever been fearful or feel a certain way, like, you know what, this is something I shouldn't talk about now. We already see what happened with Kevin Spacey coming out. We already seen what happened to the Harvey Weinstein in the Hollywood industry. We know what goes on in the sports industry, the music industry. What happened when people come out, talk, and give proper information on that? Have you, and then you looking to say stuff on the conscious community too, and with what you know that goes on here. So is there ever where you feel like, damn, I don't want to do this because I don't want to go through the whole set of beef and problems?
That's interesting. That's an interesting question. I I have never claimed to be a priest or a super priest or some angel coming down on a cloud. I am not a saint. I am one of the worst that could have been. That's why I could tell who the worst are. I am not. I am not here to pontificate on any, on how to be a superior being, because follow me as a superior being. To hell with all of that. I don't. I don't claim that. I just report what I know to be real, what I know from my own experience to be real, and I know to be true. I have not been reluctant on that type of exposure or putting out information, because remember, I started with the AIDS hoax back in 1985. And in
Yeah, you was one
1984,
of the
when they
first.
came, mhm.
Yeah, you was
Say
one
that
of
again?
yeah, you were one of the first. And yeah, you don't play. Somebody step to you the wrong way, you don't play. Yeah, go ahead.
Don't say. Well, they came out and they started talking about the AIDS epidemic that was hitting in 1984, if you remember. And it was a big announcement about this new disease that there's no cure, yet still they were giving people poison for it. So, what I was saying, and this is the interesting part about it, I told them that this AIDS was not real because, in my knowledge and for what I remember in my teachings after I was dealing with my doctorate in hygienic science, that there are ways that your body reacts, and that all the words that I learned having to do with virus and all this nonsense had nothing to do with what they were saying a virus was. So that suspicion led me more and more to investigate. And in the black community, I came out and said A, B, and a third. Of course, I was ostracized by members in the higher echelon of the black community because they say I was an agent, I was doing this, and so forth. And then come to find out in the early to mid 1990s that, after all, AIDS, as they had placed it into the public arena for scrutiny, was a lie. After that, I began speaking about mind control through the foods back in 2000, called nanogenetic mind control. I spoke about feminism and homosexuality, and that feminism itself was actually the political arm for opening the door for homosexuality to come in and to be part of the landscape for our children.
They
Spoke about it back
recognized
then.
that one. They I remember that they because we
Mhm.
spoke on that. They
Right.
really got at you
they
for that.
they came at me strong, and black feminists too, which is an oxymoron. But black feminists came out and started, thinking, "Oh, you hate women. Women don't want to read. You don't want women to read." That was a bunch of nonsense from people who actually got hit, like Malcolm said, with that same rock that you throw at a pack. So what I said was, investigate what I'm saying. Don't hate the messenger. Check the message. Then say for yourself, here's the counter to that argument. Don't just say it because you feel that I'm saying I'm hating women. So when that came about, the reason why I was saying don't read or try not to get your children to read too soon or your girls to read too soon. Now, what did I do? I wrote a book where all the scientific evidence to back up what I was saying, and these things I heard from old women. Old women told me that, old West Indian women were telling me what it is about real women, what real women did, who real women were about, how they handled their husbands, how they handled their family, how they handled the societies. I was learning from women what it is that most of the women at that time were not teaching to girls, so girls never knew. So when I began speaking about what I spoke about, and I put it in a book. And in the book, The Wounded Womb, I have over 125 scientific as well as cultural information speaking about exactly what I was speaking about. So from that counterattack on feminism, I began to move into the homosexual or the pushing of homosexuality and transgenderism. And in Gendercide 1 and 2, you can go up online and see it. I began speaking about it. That's even before I had PowerPoint. That's when you used to take little acetates and put it on and hopefully it would look good on the screen and so forth. That was old school. And you can go back and find out that this is not new for me. It's new for a lot of brothers and sisters out there who have been out there now and saying, okay, it's time for me to speak up. But I was speaking up 10, 15, 20 years ago on this situation. Not blowing bubbles, but to let you know, go back and check the record first before you criticize. And say, okay, I see what you were trying to say. If you find something wrong, come out, tell me. This is what this is what it really means. But from that, we're now here face to face with something I'm telling you is getting ready to happen by 2025. Okay? From now to 2025, you are going to see us go from feminism to homosexuality. These are the topics of the event. These are the things that are going to make the big time in the news. Feminism, homosexuality, transgenderism, and the segue, which is what transgenderism is, right to transhumanism. And transhumanism is you losing your identity as a human being. Once they attack gender, I'm listening to you, listen to what I'm saying to you very clearly and carefully. They say there's no gender. Well, if they are telling you that gender is this amorphous thing that you could call yourself whatever it is, then understand that if they want to undermine gender and get rid of gender, they want you to get rid of your natural instincts. Gender and natural instincts are the same. Your instincts and your gender are what make you man, woman, male, female. Undermine all principles related to gender. And you do that through the food, through the water, through the air, and through the education system, through entertainment, and through all the ways that they're attacking your instincts for right and wrong, your instincts for morality, your instincts for man and male and female. Hey, your instincts to procreate, to forward the species in the natural way. They must undermine your natural instincts for your attraction to each other, male and female, masculine, feminine, yin, yang. Then once they do that, they can say no gender exists. And therefore you are now an automaton. Your babies can be born in an incubator. Your males can be taking their sperm and put it over here, and sex is just recreation. You can have sex. Now watch, because from transsexualism, it going straight to pedophilia. From pedophilia, it going straight to bestiality. And from bestiality to transhumanism. And that's exactly where we're headed.
That's one of the things, the topics that I definitely wanted to stress on. I didn't know how much deeper you're going to go into that at the lecture. One of the things that I'm finding is going on, because the pedophilia is blowing up big time. It's blowing up and it's coming out into the open. But one of the things that they still keeping like a little bit low-key underground is that damn bestiality. The only ones that I ever heard went in on bestiality and what they're doing and how they're trying to creep it under the radar is you
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Phil Valentine, you spoke on that, and Dr. Alim Bey, which, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
people, Dr. Alim Bey will be here on November 11th. Yes, no, wait, I'm bugging. Let me make sure I get that right. Yeah, November 11th. He will be here November the 11th, and he is going in. And those are the two people that I ever, and I'm not talking about where they just talk. I'm talking about they showed facts. So would you be getting into that, since they're trying to segue it, but they're being
Mm-hmm.
very subtle about it, because it seems like nowadays people care more about the animals than they do a damn
Yes.
human. So they're being
Yes, they
real
do.
touchy and easy with that one.
Yeah, you hit it on the head. I can go deep into bestiality because it's part of it, but I'm going to settle right now at the place where we are doing the most battle, and that is with the homosexual and transgender connection, and feminism working through the political agencies to legitimize that. So you have to look at the stream of events because, again, they say if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. So you have to understand how to battle this with knowledge and with proper information, so you can countermeasures. You can field the countermeasures against the war on your mind. A lot of brothers and sisters know this is incorrect, but they have family members, friends, and they're pressured at work to make sure they change the gender. You can't even use the wrong pronoun with these creatures. And they tell you that they want to be accommodated. They want to be known. So you have to be careful which pronoun you use with these creatures now. We're not dealing with that. I'm not leaving or stepping off of a base of language that maintain the balance. I am not going into a place that what women who are saying, a lot of the war or the arguments of feminists is that what they do is they turn us into objects. They objectify us. Well, what the hell do you think taking away all genders mean? It is the objectification of the human species. It is turning them into automatons. It is taking away the very identity that the Creator put into you to continue your species, to continue your line. So bestiality now, and this particular situation that they're dealing with as far as bestiality is concerned, this bestiality now is essentially something, and I'm going to introduce that at the lecture. There's something now that they've gone all the way, and you're not going to believe it. But the way that they're doing it right now, at least 35 to 46, 30, anywhere between 35 and 46 states now condone bestiality in the Americas.
Yeah, that's a
So
fact. That's a fact.
just think about that. If you have laws on there protecting pedophiles, well, you're going to see now that they're now working to get rid of the stigma on pedophilia. They're now saying it's not no longer a psychological disease or a psychiatric disease. It's now a sexual preference. Whenever you say that a man or woman, because women are not ostracized from this, because feminism is protecting the female mystique or the feminine mystique by not letting them know that they can be sexual predators too on children. There are books on that, and we're going to introduce those books at the lecture. What you have to see is that there is this desensitizing of the social mindset, so that anything goes. That's the predictor and the predicate to the downfall of a civilization, when anything goes. So as I was saying to you earlier, I don't want to give too much, because every time it looks like I'm getting ready to get into it, you know me, I want to make sure that people understand and understand what I'm saying. And the more I do that, the more I get into my lecture. But here's the deal. Bestiality is the last rung, because once you want to have sex with an animal, it means that you are no longer human. You are into your animal phase, and you are now identifying with that animal. You have become psychologically focused into an animal who runs on instinct, who deals with its instinct, and it would tell you, essentially, because you have more knowledge, you have a ways, it's always beholden to you, especially dogs, because the women who are into that is usually into dogs. The men who are into that, they're into dogs, but horses and cows and that. These people are out of their minds. They're sick. But these are sexual preferences now. And when you're dealing with that, you're leaving the social conversation open to to people who are psychotic, and you are making the psychotic normal. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to let you see that your natural frame of mind is now under attack. It's not about you accepting a pedophilia or the transsexual and so forth. It is your state of mind, where you are going to be thinking, how you're going to be thinking, and what you're going to see in your heart and mind as normal and natural. That's the secret. They're changing it verbally so that your words now completely uh, neutralize you from your masculinity and femininity, and you become this drone that they create and they control.
Um, damn, always dropping it as usual. Now, let me say this before I continue on anymore. Y'all need to get out of here. Anybody that want to say the doc is coming with pseudo, the man bring you information. They want to say the doc coming with spookism. Get out of here. The man brings you information. There's only a few of them out here that's still really doing it. And when I say doing it, let me be clear. I'm talking about doing it with good intentions. Let me be clear on that, because I got some people that's into the spooky stuff. Am I right or am I right, Doc? But they're using it for
Oh,
the,
you're right. You show you're right. Show you right.
yeah, they're using
Show
it
you
for
right.
their wickedness. So, but I ain't gonna get into that. I see the time is
Right.
winding down. I'm not gonna be here long. What I will do is I will be very generous and open it up for any questions people got for the doc. Let me first say, Nikki Naga Naki, salute to you. Thank you for that support. Little Mama, salute to you. Thank you for the support. Dominic Buffon, my man, salute to you. Thank you for the support. Reality, boom, salute to you. Thank you for the support. Now, again, yes, people, is promo time once again, because y'all gotta know this information. I don't want nobody say they see this stream and they didn't know where to get the tickets. They didn't know when he was gonna be in town. Because Doc, you know as well as I know, you heard it all, right? Oh, the Doc dropped off. Okay, hold on, let me see. All right, boom. I wanted to share my screen. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Bear with me, people. Bear with me, bear with me. Let me share the screen, or I could just read it to you. No, I'm going to share the screen because I want people to see it for themselves so they know. As you see, re-engineering gender 2.0. That's 2.0. Okay. The hetero Holocaust. All right. These are all the topics you're going to be talking about. The refill with Dr. Phil Valentine will be at St. Francis College, 182 Remsen Street. Doors open at 1 p.m. That's 182 Remsen, Remsen Street. Doors open at 1 p.m. Donation will be $35 in advance. You could get advance tickets at Nicholas Brooklyn, all right, which is at 1396 Fulton Street, or call in 718-858-4400, or Nicholas Harlem, which is on the corner of 125th and 5th. All right, you could get the advanced tickets there. Call in 212-289-3628. All right. Let's see here. At the door, you're gonna pay $45. Don't say y'all didn't know. Limited, and they mean limited. $55 VIP tickets. The youth are free. It's from 0 to 16. The youth are free. Okay, for vending, very important. For vending, call 347-496-1022. Food by Mojo Cafe will be there. You know that vegan food always delicious and yummy. I don't know, we may have some meat too, who knows. And for our carnivores out there, and this event will be live streamed. So make sure you call 347-496-1022 about the live stream as well. Okay. Let's see right here. Let's go back to this. Hold on, people. Doc just end up dropping off. Who's this? Akim A. Nye Griffin. Salute to you. Thank you for the support. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Yeah, hello. Hold on, y'all. Let me get Phil back up. Bear with me. Bear with me. I think he ran out of energy, actually. So be patient. Let's see here. Yeah. They won't let you back in. See, people, the devil busy. How they not gonna let Dr. Phil back in? All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you the link again, right? I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link because I know the people got some questions they want to ask you, and then we're gonna end it up. I'm gonna send you this link one more time through the email again, because the people is on live with you to talk to you, and then press from that link because you know they wicked. We're gonna deal with this. All right. Hold on, stay on the line so I'll let you know when I finish send you. It's very odd. They kicked the man off the hangout and he can't come back on. That is not a coincidence. He laughing right now. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. So what I'm gonna have to do is send it to him one more time. Let's do it like this. Compose. Bam. Yeah. S-U-N-N. All right. I just sent it to you. So click that link and try to come back in. If you can't come back in, call me and then we just do it over the phone. Okay? And the people ask their question from there. Okay. All right. Yeah, they too bad mind and wicked. So y'all see it yourself. As soon as the man start going in, people be thinking this stuff is a game. Whole time going good. He got cut off. He got dropped. No problem. You expect him to be able to come back in. They're not allowing the man to come back in to the hangouts. Something fishy with that one. I don't care what y'all say. There's something that's just fishy. Because I have the link open, the broadcast open. And that's why coming to the lecture or doing the pay-per-view live stream definitely will be important, because they're not able to shut you down when you're face to face. So we're going to wait till Phil come back in. In the meantime, I'm going to show you this real quick from real let me show y'all this, people. If anybody, let me tell you, the calling number is there as well. The calling number is in the description, and the contact information on how to get the tickets and everything else is also in the description. So there is no excuse to say, well, you didn't know. We have it there in the description. I want to show y'all something real quick while the doc come back in. This is Aleem Real Production. Again, Aleem Real Production. Let me show y'all this. Oh, the
There
doc
we
is
go.
back in. The doc is back in, people. All right. I was just showing them this doc where I touched on with the whole Hollywood thing real quick and what they doing with the pedophilia and the Halloween,
Mhm.
the wickedness. So this is Aleem Real Production. If y'all could see this, Aleem Real Productions. Go check out that video. My man Spaz Gresky, that's his new channel, and I was going in on that one, and that's going to be a two-part, by the way. So people, the calling number, call in quick because Dr. Phil Valentine is busy, and you know Joel Benjamin 528 aka MC Spookism is busy too. Let's see. Yeah, Kim and Nye Griffith, again, thank you for the support 2 times. Thank you very much. That calling number, people, that calling number, I need my moderators' help. Put those calling numbers in the chat, please. The call in number right now to ask Doc his question, your questions, is 929-374-3828. Again, 929-374-3828. I'm also going to put it in now. If y'all take long to come, when I'm ending out this stream, I'm ending it out. Ain't no, oh, hold on. Y'all always want to call in at the last minute. We ain't doing that. Correct, Doc?
Correct.
All right, don't forget, Dr. Aleem Bey will be here November 11th. Dr. Aleem Bey will be here November 11th. He's another one that be dropping it. No holds bar, no jokes, no games. He be playing. Um, yeah, the lines are open. I'm waiting for y'all to call in. Again, that phone number is 929-374-3828. Give your information real quick before the next person call in, Doc.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Look, they call it. You see what I'm talking about? Now they
Yeah.
call it.
How you doing? This is Neil.
Okay. Um, Neil, you said your name is? All right. What's give your name again and where are you calling from?
This is Neil right here. I'm calling from the DMV area.
The DMV. All right. What's up? You reached Joel Benjamin 528 AKMC Spookism. You're on the line with me and Dr. Phil Valentine. What's your question?
Well, first off, much respect to y'all. Much respect to Dr. Phil and somebody I've been studying and listening to for a while. And you've definitely introduced me to the, if you will, the conscious community and history and all that. But like I was telling you, I live in this DMV area, and it's a lot of, in my opinion, it's a lot of extremist feminism and weird stuff and homosexuality going on. And it's like nobody wants to talk about it and confront the issue. And I've really noticed, if you will, within the black community, it's especially uplifted and it's like it's accepted. And if you talk about it, you're like blacklisted, if you will. And I mean, in all types of classes. So I just want to kind of get your opinion on that.
Well, yeah, you've hit it on the head. Because there are no men who are supposed to be the actual sentinels for what is right and wrong in a community. I'm talking good men, not, now that men have been painted with the worst brush because they give the worst men more of the light. So the good men, the one who build families, who are righteous and they don't talk about us anymore. What we do have is an oppression, a kind of oppression against the masculine principle. And as the primary authority has now been undermined, because again, the men are primary authorities. And that's not PC to say anymore. I say to hell with anyone who tries to push that opposite to me. As a male and a man in the house, you're supposed to be, first of all, trained up to be a good man and to know what manhood means, the responsibilities to provide, protect. Either you learn to provide and protect or you become a predator. So there's a difference. You understand, to be a man, you have to be forged in manhood, manhood training, transition from boyhood to manhood. All of these things were taken out of our society. So the primary authority no longer stands in the community and shows what it is it's supposed to be about. What is it that we elevate to a position of prominence? Well, we have now completely, if you saw, the undermining and the destruction of the masculine principle, good men in homes, creating homes, having the proper work, the proper education, and the things necessary to build a home, all of that's been undermined now. Now the state is running everything, and the state essentially is run by a few sick people all the way at the top, but I call them the parasitic elite. These people essentially have an agenda, and that is Agenda 21, to crop the population of the planet of at least 2 or 3 billion people. And if they don't do it now, they're doing it in degrees, almost like the frog in the boiling water. So you cannot now speak against what has become now a psychospiritual weapon. They have changed the language, demonized your morality and your sense, your natural sense for right and wrong, by undermining instincts. Again, remember, when I say you undermine gender, you undermine the natural instincts in the man and the woman, in the male and the female. So now, since no instincts or no developments, behavioral developments through the training and teaching of children, how to develop the proper instincts for right and wrong, okay? Because if you look at a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, they do anything they want. And you say, no, you can't do that. Or you can't put your hand in the fire. You're going to do it? Go ahead. You're going to get burned. You can't do this. You cannot do that. You must do this. Am I conforming you to a sociological structure? Yes. And we've learned all the different ways that society can express itself. But the one thing that we've always maintained is that there was a difference between men and women. But if you want to destroy the society, which is the balance, the fulcrum to a society is a family of man and woman. Once you destroy that fulcrum, you do not have any more balance. And once that happens, that complete destruction of the underpinnings of balance, now easily you can pull the rug from that under that total society and you destroy the society. So you can't say what you have to say as a man because you as the man have been demonized. Your primary authority status has been taken away from you. So now anything goes. And again, this is some very metaphysical principles. See, in the metaphysical mindset of a society, women are unconditional in their acceptances of certain things. And it has to do with the human factor. That's their nature. Men, in their nature, are conditional. You have to show and prove for men. When you're a man, you want to show and prove that you're a man. There are things that make you into a man and turn you into an alpha male, which then leaves you and gives you the better mating choices, so to speak. Because women don't want no beta men. They don't want any men that's crawling up after them. They want alpha men who think for themselves, who can solve problems and provide. This is being taken away so that the state is now the one that's doing everything, providing for you, telling you your instructions, so you don't need man anymore. Well, because of that, you no longer have the ability and the authority to say that's wrong. We will not allow that in our communities. And now I am going to help you with the necessary language and the necessary counter arguments to that type of dialogue that they're having in the schools and the kind of perversity that they're now normalizing in your mind and in the mind of our children. Be there. Who is it?
Thank you very much. That makes complete sense. It's like it's
Somebody's at the door.
like this, but it's almost like kind of got to go somewhere else. With I don't want to put a racial thing on it, but it's kind of like you got to look outside your race sometimes, especially in this area. I'm just gonna say it, like a lot of black women in this area they're gone pretty much. Their mind is gone. I hate to say that, but it is.
Well, they're accommodative. You can't blame them. Remember, we were defeated, and we have not yet took the stand to take them back. I do not put all the blame on women. I put some of the blame as well on the men, because we've been fighting a war and we do not know the strategy that they've been using. I've been trying to teach the strategy to undermine the masculine principle, who is the primary authority. Once we regain that authority, the women will come back to us. Trust me. Right now, their authority is the one who can provide for them the jobs, the food, to take care of their children. You are no longer trusted. Why? Because remember I told you there's a system. The system was in place. When feminism came in, their part of the tactical attack against your manhood was to make you distrustful in the eyes of the woman. So from the 60s all the way up to the early 90s, it was a constant barrage against you so that women distrusted men. And then whatever it is men did didn't look good with men doing it. But when women did it, it was a strong woman. Oh, yes, she was. Oh, look at her. She's taking command. She's independent. That's bullshit. There's no independent woman. She's always dependent on someone. And 9 times out of 10 is because a man created the society. Whatever she now builds up and grows in that society is because man provided. You don't know that. She don't know that. But now because she is the authority, she don't care. You have to understand her needs are met. So therefore, you become superficial. And here's what I talk about men. Men, because of your ingenuity, this is what I say. You have invented yourself into obsolescence. And now that you are no longer really needed, except for the love that you would give and to take care and to provide for whatever needs women have today, it's best to be a woman. So now men become women, and now it's good for men to come out. Now, as a man, you can step out because you're no longer threatening. You no longer want to take over what I want. You're now becoming a woman, so hell, hey, isn't men the new women?
Yeah, it's like they don't see them as a threat. Real quick, because I just see some new people join in. Because we ain't got much time left. I made sure I put the call-in number out there. All right, that call-in number is 929-374-3828. Don't say I didn't give y'all a chance to talk to the GOAT, greatest of all time. Now, a lot of times you go on other streets and you don't get this. I'm giving it to y'all. But with that being said, let's get right back into it. We have the event that's coming tomorrow, Sunday, November 5th. All right, brother, I'm getting the next call. Let me take this call, all right?
All right.
Yeah, what's your name and where you calling from?
Alex or Alexander from Canada.
Alex or Alexandra from Canada. All right, you got the floor. You're on Joel Benjamin 528, and you're speaking with Dr. Phil Valentine. What's your question, real quick?
Yes, Dr. Phil. I want to know, like, what happens if your son is gay, or chooses to be gay, or thinks he's gay, I guess you'd be. I don't know if you'd be talking to it at the lecture, but what would happen then?
Well, I didn't hear the question. What was the question?
He wanted to know, but what about if your son is gay or chooses to be gay, and he don't know if you'll be talking about it at the lecture, but he just wants to quick, like, what will happen then?
Well, this is what I have to speak on with that. I have to tell you that there are 2 reasons that he could be gay. One is what I call congenital. And don't believe that they say that, you can't. A lot of the Christians say that you ain't born gay. You can be born gay.
Mm-hmm.
They can create the conditions in the womb to do that. And now with the specificity of and sophistication of their genetic probing and the genetic mischief, they can do such a thing. What you have to look for is whether or not, or to find out whether or not it's congenital or the influences you have that are around him or her. You remember, children at certain ages are based upon reinforcements. You have to understand what congenital, and I want to explain all of this at the lecture, the difference between congenital diseases and that which is then nurtured outside of the womb. So the different categories for you, because you have to remember this. They're twisting science at this time. They're twisting the words. They're twisting the nature of nature. And they're creating their own vocabulary. They're creating their own superstructure, semantic superstructure, so that they can then explain the perversities that they're creating. What you have to do now is to create your language of your own to address what's real from a premise that counters that nonsense, or else that's all we will have to refer to. So until you know what the language means and can offer and actually field countermeasures to the language, you are fielding countermeasures to reality. You are creating the reality to actually combat the false reality. And in your languaging, to understand and understand meaning, that's where your weaponry becomes serious. That's where you really have true ballistics, semantic ballistics, semiotic ballistics in the form of imagery and symbolism. You have to have language, you have to master the language, and then be giving it substance by using it. And I will be giving you a lot of different words that you can field back at the people who keep throwing their particular reality, their paradigm structure. Because remember, all paradigms are structured through science. Science and the priesthood of science structures reality and what you're going to accept and promote and forward as reality. So know the structures of a paradigm and how science is going to couch your meaning for tomorrow. And then we're going to field in, we're going to put in and make popular countermeasures. Because if you don't make the countermeasures I'm going to give you popular and use them in your mouth, use them, then they will not catch. They will not become the meme that counteracts that nonsense.
All right, sir. So you heard that first from the doc. I hope your question got answered. Yeah?
Yeah. All
right. So again, you already know. Let me just give that information, and I'm just going to take one more call, and we're going to see how long the people take to call in. I ain't waiting long. I'm taking one more call. Real quick. Sunday, November 5th.
I have another. Yeah, we have another one to do. I have another.
I know.
One coming in.
Got that one coming at Sunday, November 17th. Sunday, November 5th, 2017. Re-engineering gender 2.0, the hetero holocaust. All right, the refill with Dr. Phil Valentine. That will be at St. Francis College. St. Francis College, 182 Remsen Street. That's REMSEN Street. But anybody trying to put that in their GPS and can't find it, that will be in Brooklyn, New York. Doors open at 1 p.m. Again, the doors will open at 1 p.m. Advance tickets, $35. You could get it at Nicholas Brooklyn or Nicholas Harlem. Nicholas Brooklyn is 1396 Fulton Street, Brooklyn, New York. The phone number is 718-858-4400. All right. Nicholas and Harlem is on 125th and 5th. Yeah, I'm doing a live stream. It's not on me. Yeah. So as I was saying, the tickets will be at the door. If you don't pay for the advance one, you got to pay $45 at the door. Limited tickets, VIP, $55. VIP limited ticket. You getting to be around the main man himself, the GOAT, greatest of all times, Dr. Phil Valentine, with the VIP. Youth are free, 0 to 16. Okay, so you already know, if you're out there in Harlem, you call 212-289-3628. It's on 125th and 5th. If you're out there in Harlem and you want to get your tickets. All right, the vendors, call 347-496-1022. Again, 347-496-1022. Okay, and the event will be live streamed. I see nobody called in, so we could wrap it up now. Doc, give out your information, please.
Sure. Anybody want any of our services? You know, we do vaccination exemption packages for those who don't wish to have their children vaccinated or themselves vaccinated, and that too for the works and so forth. We do consultations in health and some relationships, and we do have our school, which is the University of Commission Sciences, and we have our semesters beginning in each one of the seasons. Our telephone number for any of the services. Also, for we do have as well a children's wing of our university, which we do homeschooling online. We are the first to do online university beginning back in 2005. Everybody else is now following suit. The number to call is 800-847-1291. Again, 800-847-1291. And please, family, don't let the so-called marathon dissuade you and the ways that they're dealing with it. Plus, remember, we are dealing with the Guy Fawkes Day. Remember the 5th of November, V for Vendetta. That's Guy Fawkes Day is tomorrow. So it's funny that the day should fall on Guy Fawkes Day, where people are beginning to wake up and to see what's really going on. With that, Joel, once again, thank you so much for taking the time and allowing us to be able to address the community. And hopefully we will see everyone there. I have a lot of pleasant and unpleasant surprises for you. And it's going to be an eventful night. It will be definitely a turning point in your ability to be able to counter semantically as well as mentally what's really happening and how to help your children to not fall under that influence. Again, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you very much, Dr. Phil Valentine. Big salute to you. As always, greatest of all time. People, we out. You've been watching Joel Benjamin 528, aka MC Spookism. Don't forget, November 11th, we got Aline Bay right here at Nicholas, Brooklyn. And on the 19th, me, Divine, Fatima will be doing a lecture November 19th. Aline Bay is November 11th. So much stuff going on in November. We got Dr. Phil Valentine tomorrow, going to tear it up. So much stuff going on. November, a month to remember. All right, people, you're watching Joel Benjamin 528, aka MC Spookism. Say peace to them, Doc.
Peace. Hotep, Hotep, peace.
All right. Salute. Later, people.